Hello everyone, welcome back to Chaos Creations. Well, welcome to what I call Sewer Hulk. If you're watching this, if I can get the gimbal to wander around, there we go, Mr. Gimbal, thank you very much, is something, a game that I'm designing, which is Mordenheim in the sewers. Now, this game is going to be something very, very different. Now, I've looked online. I can't see anybody that's ever done anything like this before or crazy enough to do anything like this before. So, Sewer Hulk takes place underneath the ruins of Mordenheim. It's all modular terrain, so I can, very much like Space Hulk, change it around wherever I want and so forth. I can have a big room, or if I need to have a smaller room, or if I want to maybe get like 4 or 5 of these and have a really big room. And I've got, a 4-way split, 3-way split, and I've got lots more on the way. I've even got rooms that are quite small and very, very long and so forth. But unfortunately, at the moment, I am bound by the Australian summer heat. So the printer will only really print in the evenings because during the day, it's so hot in the garage where my printer is. It's like, 55 degrees and the filament's getting a bit soft and it's causing jams. So I can only really print in the evening, or if I can cheat like I am now, because I'm the only one in the house, it's in the lounge room or the living room, printing away another corner. So the initial idea is to get like 4 corners, 8 or 9 corridors, some split rooms, maybe 3 or 4, and lots of extras, 2 or 3 of the 4 ways and a couple of the 3 ways, and some other like janky rooms and such. So, there's lots going on and lots of movement, lots of ways to move around. Then I'll have 2 different modes of play. There'll be single player, so one person can come in here and then they can like go against like advanced hero quests. So I'll have tokens like Space Hulk put down, and when the players or the Mordenheim gang or whatever wanders in, they can come into this room and then I'll reveal what it is. So, like Space Hulk, where you've got the blips, these will be like skittering sounds, like, clunking and thunking. And you can wander in the room and find out it's just some rats. Or you could pop in here and find out, it's a mummy, and go from there. So that's version 1. Version 2 will be 2 players, and I will have a long list of monsters, and whoever goes into the room, then I just roll on that, and we can randomly find what monster's in here. So if you get like 2 gangs wandering around, and they come across a large room, and they could go in there and go, da-da, well, look, there's a greater demon of corn. Now, you've got a choice. You can individually fight the monster, or you can join forces and fight the monster and split the loot, or you can fight monsters together and then backstab somebody and try to steal their loot and bugger off and run out before, the other team catches up with you, and, you might encounter monsters on the way out and so forth, because it's all just randomly rolled as we go around. That's version 2. My only concern is, Mr. Gimbal, where are you going? There we go. That's better. My only concern with that is that movement will have to be different. In Mordenheim, you've got things like dogs and so forth that can move like 16 and something, so they could like race into a room, do a lap, and come out, find out what the monster is, and leave. So what I'm thinking of doing is halving the gold crowns to begin with of a Mordenheim game. I think it's like 1,000 crowns or something. So maybe make it 500 crowns, and limit you to have only like 1 animal. So you can have like a captain, a fast cavalry, and troops type of deal. So, that way people aren't just going to, use the rules to their advantage and race around. Or what I could do is limit them. So everyone moves at like, 4 squares, and maybe beasts move at 5. So that way they can come into a room 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for that turn, they're in that room, and then the monsters can attack them maybe and go from there. because you don't want to send a guy in there, run around and have them attack. You want to be able to defend them and so forth. So that's another way I'm thinking as well. So anyway, if anyone's got any input, I am all ears. And this will be a very, very open game. So you get XP, you get rewards, you get loot, you get items, and it's progression. So the way I'm thinking it with monsters, you got basic, intermediate, advanced, and special. So for the first 5 games, until you reach a certain power level, it'll be Skaven, it'll be undead, and maybe a big monster like a Warrior of Chaos. That's your big monster. An intermediate, then you'll get like, mummies and Chaos Warriors, and maybe a lich or something is a big bad guy. And then you got the advanced, which is, everything pretty much, including demons. And then you have your special, which is like, rare exotics, like a Zote wizard, Great Demon of Corn or something turns up. I'm going to need a big room for him, or something like that. Something really exotic turns up. So, and I would more than likely have the exotics as part of the advanced. So when you're rolling, if you roll, let's say a double 12, you get to roll on the exotics, and we find out what's in the room. That's the only way I think it's going to work and work well. But like I said, I'm open to input, people. If anyone's got any ideas, or if anyone's ever done anything like this, I could really do with some input. I've got some great ideas, and I love where I'm going, but I'm always happy to take suggestions and learn. The other idea was to have almost every room have one set of ladders. And the idea was for that is, you could have reinforcements of monsters climbing down, or if this is like, I think I put a ladder on almost every piece, so they can like start their turn by coming down this area here if they wanted to, and that way they can start off here and another person starts all the way over there, and they can run around the dungeon. So in some respects you can, like, the second turn, walk into this room, find monsters, but then again it could be a whole heap of monsters and you're stuffed, and then you've got to try to get out. Or you can start further away, and get yourself in position and find out where the monsters are and go from there. That said, monsters aren't always going to be in rooms. Sometimes monsters are just going to be, out in a corridor somewhere, and you're going to come across them. So, that's the idea. I want the game to be fun and silly and really enjoyable. So if anyone has any input or ideas, I would very much like to hear from you. Me playing with the gimbal there, trying to learn. Okay, so that's it from me, everyone. If you're in Australia, stay cool. Any questions, just ask. And if you have any ideas, please let me know. And always remember, love the game, love life, chaos out.